Hi, this is Vikas Singh from Horizon, and today's video I am going to show you Active Directory migration from Windows Server 2012 to Windows Server 2016 server, which is the latest server operating system from Microsoft. So we are here to help you in all your ongoing or future projects also. You can take the advantage of our highly technical engineer and design team without any cost. So please contact us if you need our support in any project you may have. Our contact details is given below. So let's move to next slide. So in this demo we are going to do Active Directory domain service migration from Windows Server 2012 R2 to Windows Server 2016. So let's do the migration. So here we have a demo environment which we are going to use in this demo. So we are using total 4 virtual machine to our servers and to our client machine to validate the Active Directory migration is completed successful or not. So the first machine is Active Directory server. You can see our server is Win2K12 DC01. Here if you go, you can see server manager. You can see Active Directory and DNS role is running on this machine. If I click on local server, you can see the domain name horizon.co and the server name is Win2K12 DC01, and this server is basically running Active Directory domain services and DNS services. And our next server is Active Directory server also, which is host name is Win2K16 DC01. This is basically a Windows Server 2016 server. And if you go here, you can see if I open a server manager, this machine is a fresh installed Windows Server 2016 standard machine. I have not done anything on this machine like renaming, joining this machine in domain, IP address configuration. I have not done anything. We will do the configuration for this this machine, which is we are going to promote as a domain controller in step-by-step deployment. So, and next we have a two client. First one is Windows 7 client, which is WinCL-01. Here you can see the machine name. Also you can see all the details even here. The host name is Win7CL01, and this machine is domain is Horizon. Here you can see horizon.co, and the machine domain is Horizon. You can see the IP address and DNS configurations also. And same, we have a second operating system Windows 8 client. You can verify from here. The machine name Win8-CL01, OS version Windows 8.1. And you can see that it's login to Horizon. The full name of computer is win8-cl01.horizon.co, and you can also verify the DNS and IP address setting here. So this is the info which we are going to use in Active Directory migration from Windows Server 2012 to Windows Server 2016. So here is the thing, step-by-step Active Directory domain services migration. So the first task we need to do here, rename the Windows Server 2016 and restart. So I am going to follow this all the steps to do the migration. So on a 2016 server, I'm going to on the dashboard local server, I'm going to click and a computer name. Then we need to put the name Win2K16 DC01, and now I'm going to reboot this machine. So click OK, and yes, I need to restart now. So after the machine restart, we need to join this server in a Windows 2016 server in a domain. So we need to wait for this. So now it's booting up. So it's up. Hit Ctrl Alt Del to log in. So I'm going to configure the IP address on this machine first. So if I go here, network, properties, I'm going to disable IPv6 because we are not going to use IPv6 in this info. So IPv4 properties, and I'm going to give the IP address to this machine is 192.168.1.253, and the default subnet mask for class C. I'm not going to give any domain default gateway here. So because this machine I'm going to promote as a domain controller for the domain, so I'm going to make the primary DNS for this machine itself, and secondary I'm putting 2012 domain controller IP address. So hit OK, close this. Now we can go and join this machine in domain, which is our next task. So work group, change, and origin.co, and I need to put the credential for uh, join this machine in domain. So done. Now it will ask to reboot. Welcome to origin.co.domain. So good to know. Thank you very much. Restart now. And now we have joined this machine in domain. So next task is verify FSMO role and AD health on 2012 server. So to validate the AD health on a 2008 server, I'm going to open a control command prompt, and I am going to check the AD role FSMO role here. So netdom query FSMO. So it will give you the list of all the FSMO 5 role, and it will say the status also. So you can see the schema master, domain naming master, PDC, RAID, and infrastructure master all are running. And also you can verify the other things like group, active directory, users, and computer. There are some very advanced tools which can help you in validating the AD health. So basic stuff you can see, like you are able to connect to domain, all the machines are reflecting here. Also you can go ahead and open the group policy management. You can see that it's working or not. Also we can verify the domain, site and services. You can go and see the site, what is there in site and services information for the your domain and infrastructure. So you can see I have created this site and renamed this site, and you can see we have only one server here. So it's good, everything is good. We have all five FSMO role on this server, so good to know. And next task is change the DNS setting on both DCs. So what we need to do here, on 2016 server I have already changed the DNS setting, and now I'm going to change DNS setting on here. So I'm going to put this like primary domain controller. I'm going to put for that machine because that machine is going to be a domain controller in my infra. So here's the information. I have changed the domain DNS, and also we need to check the login and check the DNS setting on this machine. So I'm going to log in with the origin administrator account here. So now we can see the DNS setting on this machine, also 2016 machine. So also we can go here on a command prompt, we can type the netdom query FSMO to check the FSMO role. So it's all is running on 2012 domain controller. So next task we have install Active Directory domain service in 2016 as a domain additional DC. So we are going to do this now. So on our dashboard we need to click a manage, add role and features. Here we need to click next, and this is the role based installation. So click next, and here is the server 2016 server, and we need to click Active Directory domain services, add required features, click next, and leave the all setting default, click on install. So it will basically prepare the binaries for the Active Directory domain services. Then we are able to promote this server as additional domain controller. So the installation is started, and which it will take around 1 minute or less than 1 minute to get the installation done for binaries for the Active Directory services. and then we are able to promote this server as an additional domain controller. So wait for it. So now installation is done, configuration required. So promote this server to a domain controller. So click on it, and we have additional domain controller run existing for us. So go ahead, click next, and now we need to put the directory service restore mode password here. So wait for it, and now we need to put the password. So I'm going to type my credential password here. Now click next, and we have DNS options. Leave the default, click next, and we have only one domain controller, so we can select either any domain controller. If you have a multiple domain controller, you can select the local site domain controller. So select the specified the domain controller, click next, and if you want to change the default path for these files, Active Directory database files, you can change, click next. And this is going to give us option to forest schema preparation and domain preparation. This wizard is going to do, so it's fine, click next. And here is all this thing which we are going to perform. If you want to view the script, you can see the script also what we are this is going to run in a backend. So good to go, and now finally click next, and it's now validating the prerequest. So it will take some time to validate the prerequest. If everything goes well, then we are able to promote this server as a domain controller. So all prerequests check passed successfully, click install. So I'm going to click on install, and now soon this server become our domain controller in our infrastructure. So if you see here, for now we have only one 2012 DC which is acting as a domain controller. So once the installation is done, this machine is also going to be a domain controller, which is going to promote it as a Windows Server 2016 domain controller. So now you can see it's upgrading domain. So this will take some time, and once the this server is promoted as an additional domain controller, it will take a reboot automatically. Then we can perform a next step by verify FSMO role and AD health on 2016 server. So we need to wait till the time this server is getting installed by promoted as a additional domain controller, and then we need to log in and validate the AD health. So replicating. So it's almost done, I think. So now you can see this server was successfully configured as a domain controller, and it's going to take a reboot automatically. So now if I go here, click refresh button, you can see this server is promoted as a domain controller, and this server is also a global catalog server. So now 2016 server is rebooting. So we need to wait for login screen. So applying computer setting now. It will apply the computer setting which is defined for domain controller in our infrastructure in our domain or a forest. So it's taking some time. So now hit Ctrl-Del to login and login as a origin administrator account, which is domain admin account. So now we need to check the AD health. So that for a AD health FSMO role, I'm going to use the same command which we are using previously, which is net dom query FSMO. Hit enter. So seems everything good for now, and now we are going to move a next task, which is transfer all 5 FSMO role to 2016 domain controller. So to transfer roles, the first 3 roles which we can easily transfer, go to Active Directory users and computers from your target server where you want to move the domain wise roles. So select the domain name, and we have operations masters. Right click operations master, and we have RAID PDC and infrastructure, which is basically a domain wise FSMO role. So click on change, and are you sure you want to transfer operation master role? So we have operation master role running on this 2K12, and it's going to change the target server as a 2K16. So yes, I want to change it. So now you can see the operation master is running on 2K16, and same way I am going to do for PDC successfully transfer and infrastructure as well as. So now you can see that all 3 role has been transferred here, which is domain wise FSMO role. So let's validate. So now you can see the PDC RAID and infrastructure master is running on 2016 server. Here you can see, and we have domain naming master and schema master, which is still running on 2012. So I'm going to move now. Here go and Active Directory domain and trust. For here I'm going to select my domain controller, change domain controller first, because by default it's connected with the 2012 which server having a FSMO role. So I'm going to select the 2016, and now we need to go operation master, and here you can see the naming naming domain naming is running on 2012, and we are having a target server 2016. So change. Yes, I want to change. The operation master is transferred. Go ahead and close this. And to change the schema master role, we need to register the schema DLL. So to register, go open command prompt, and we need to type reg svr32 schema mmgmt.dll file. Oops, it's something wrong, I think. Okay, DLL. Hit enter. Now you can see the schema is successfully DLL is successfully logged. So click OK, and now we can open the MMC. Hit enter and go to files, add and remove snap-in. Here we have a schema, Active Directory schema. Click add. Now you can see this connected, and we need to change first domain controller. Select the 2016 domain controller where you want to move the role, and it's giving the message that the Active Directory schema snap-in is not connected with the operation master. So we are fine with this because we want to transfer the role. So now we need to go to operations master, and you can see the target server is 2016. So let's change it, and here you can see operation master successfully transferred. So go ahead, close this. Now if I go here and run the FSMO query, it will give you all the servers. Everything is going to run now on 2016. So wait for it. So here we go. Now you can see the all rollers running on 2016 server. So our next task is demote 2012 DC from production. So I'm going to do this right away. Go to 2012 server, close everything here, and now we need to go and if you click manage remove role and features, it's going to give an error message from here while removing the Active Directory. So we will get the option from demote the Active Directory server from there. So now you can see that its game validation process is having a problem. So no problem, click here demote this domain controller, so it will launch the Active Directory wizard. So it's waiting for credential, so it will take some time. It's validating the credential, we have permission or not. So yes, we have a permission, got the next button, so click on next button, and we have to click here proceed with removal. So it's going to remove this server. The domain controller currently hosted on server role, so it's going to remove the machine for DNS server and global catalog also. So click next, and we need to put the local credential password here, so I'm going to put here my local credential and click next, and we have a review option. What we are going to do, remove Active Directory domain services from this computer only, and we have when the process is complete the server will be a member of this domain account, which is origin.co. so good to go, and click on now demote, and now it's starting the services to demote this server from Active Directory domain controller. So soon you will see here, if you go Active Directory, you can see the domain controller having two domain controller for now we have, and soon this server is like removed from the Active Directory domain services. So it's running the demotion. So it will take 2 or 3 minutes to get the demotion done. So now you can see it's stopping the net logon server services on this machine, removing LDAP. So successfully demoted the Active Directory domain controller. So go ahead, close this, and this server is going to reboot by itself. So now if I go here and if I click refresh, you can see now we have only one domain controller, which is 2016 domain controller. And now you can see the 2012 machine is getting reboot after uninstalling the or demoting the domain controller from this machine. And we have a next task to change the DNS setting on client machine and restart. So I'm going to do this. So this machine is not more anymore as a domain controller and infrastructure, so we need to change the DNS setting. So to change the DNS setting, I'm going on Windows 7 client machine first. So the user account have no administrator rights, so I'm going to put the administrator right account here. If you have a domain DHCP configured on your infrastructure, you just go and need to change the setting from DHCP server, which automatically reflect on client machine. So good to go, and now we can reboot this machine. And same we need to do for the Windows 8 client machine also. Administrator and password for the administrator account. So now go to IPv4, click on properties, and we need to change the DNS here 3, and click close. OK, and now we need to reboot this machine. So let's see, 2012 machine is booted, and now if I go here, you can see this machine is like not working as a domain controller here. If I click refresh here, and also if you go on Active Directory domain site and services, if I expand site and our main site, you can see we have only one domain controller now, which is 2016 DC. So good to know. And now you can close everything. Now the final task is verify the client PC login and DC authentication. To check this, we can go to any client machine. Let's log into Windows 7 client machine first. So here you can see now the login server name is win2k16dc01, and if I go to command prompt and type the set, you can get the online information like now you can see this machine is logged in from domain 2016 domain control, and same we can verify here on Windows 8 client machine. Also we can verify on 2012 client machine, which is now working as a client machine. So go here and set. You can see the login server name is now, from here you can see the login server name is 2k16 DC. Also you can see the login server name is here also. So on, let's verify on 2008 Windows 8.1 client. So open a command prompt, type the set, then you can get the information. Let's logon server is to win2k16 DC01. So this is all about the Active Directory migration from 2012 R2 to 2016 server. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe us for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, please contact us on our contact details. Thank you once again. Bye bye.